Hi, my name is Savannah Taylor and I am from Jacksonville Beach, Florida. To start out, the book that I would recommend to honestly anyone would be Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink. Jocko was a former Navy SEAL who went on to be an instructor at BUD/S, which is the training school for the SEAL program. The book is about leadership and what it means to be a good leader, and the concept of extreme ownership is basically taking responsibility for the good and the bad and to lead your team in an efficient way by implementing this in every single place in your life. So basically, in like easier to understand terms, that just means that if something goes wrong, you have to acknowledge that it wasn't an individual on the team, it was your leadership of the team. Because if you had properly executed a task in the past, or if you had provided them with more information, they would have been better prepared and might not have made the mistake. So basically, it's about taking ownership for your actions far beyond what most people are comfortable with. And I just think that's a really important concept to understand. I prioritize my time by taking a look at all of my activities. I'm really involved in my school and my community, so I try to organize my time in a way that gives equal amounts of time to the things that need that time, basically. I'm sorry, that didn't really make sense, but I'm going to try to explain it better. I go to school from 7 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon. That's mandatory. I have lacrosse practice from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., which is also mandatory. So the other hours that I have in the day, 2 to 3, and then 5 until I go to bed, are kind of left up to me. And making good grades is really important to me. It's something that I've realized is incredibly important to your success in life. And so I like to prioritize my time by, of course, getting school out of the way and practice out of the way. But after that, I start with my homework, and I have a 24-hour schedule that I fill out every day. And I figure out where I'll have time to study, where I'll have time to go to the gym, where I'll have time to do extra lacrosse practice. I block in any meetings that I might have for my club, such as my Interact Club or my Marine Science Club. And I figure out just where I can place my time. And then I look at the empty slots, and then that's where I kind of put in my free time. Because I know that if I don't organize myself, then things can get out of hand, and I might not give proper time to things that need it, and I might prioritize the wrong things. And so I think that scheduling is really important, and of course in college, in college, I will be very scheduled, especially if I were to participate in a lot of extracurricular activities like I'm looking to continue doing. So I think that scheduling is really important, and it's really the easiest way to help you prioritize your time. A challenge or difficulty that I've overcome is honestly how I see myself. I've always had a lot of support from my family and friends, and I've been very lucky, but sometimes that's caused a lot of stress to me, and when I feel like I am falling short of the expectations that I set for myself, I start to doubt myself, and I doubt the things that people say, and even some of the actions that some friends that I've surrounded myself with, and even some adults that I've allowed myself to look up to, things that they've done to me and just in life in general, have made me look at their motivations behind saying the things that they said, and it makes me doubt it. But recently, I've been able to realize that I'm a incredibly capable person with a bright future, and I try to remember that as I go through life, and it's helped me to branch out and become a more outgoing person than I already was, and a more driven person than I already was, and I'm incredibly thankful for that because my drive is one of my favorite qualities. A time that I felt unsuccessful was when I was not admitted to the United States Naval Academy. The United States Naval Academy was kind of one of my top choices, but it wasn't necessarily something that I felt like I needed to go to, especially in the recent months. I decided that JU and Navy were my top choices for schools, and it was going to be very difficult for me to make a decision, but in the end I knew that my heart was with JU. But the reason that I felt unsuccessful was because I had put in a lot of work to prove to the selection committees that I had to go before that I would make a good leader. And so I felt for some reason that my leadership would be discounted if I didn't get to attend a service academy. And I realize now that the only reason that I did not get in was because of my own actions, not the actions of anyone else. If given the chance, I definitely would have worked harder in school my sophomore and junior year, and I harped on myself for that for a really long time. But I've just decided to look forward, look at the incredible opportunity I've presented by getting accepted to JU and hopefully getting accepted into the honors program, and just work towards making good grades in college and possibly even going to graduate school, just to prove that I'm a wonderful candidate for officer candidate school and that I would make a wonderful Marine. Um, my greatest strength, as I said earlier, is definitely my drive. I'm incredibly driven. I have so many goals in life, and just I know exactly what I want to achieve, and I have about 5 billion different ways of achieving it. I'm really prepared for absolutely anything. I'm ready to say this didn't work out. I'm ready to move on to the next plan because I know what I want and I'm determined to get what I want. I just know that sometimes in life things occur and you have to be able to be flexible, which is another quality that I really like of myself. I'm ready to kind of mold my life around what happens because you can't control everything, and I think that's something that's really important to know. My biggest weaknesses, as I said earlier, I had a lot of self-doubt, and I also don't always admit when I need help because, as I said, I hold myself to a very high standard, and I appreciate achieving things on my own because I am very determined that you need to accomplish things on your own in order to fully earn them, that if you are given things, you didn't really earn those, which makes sense to me logically. But sometimes that hurts me because I don't want to ask for help because I feel as if I ask for help, then I'm not really achieving it on my own. And that just is something that I've noticed hurts me. And so I've begun opening up and asking for help when I need to. So that's how I've handled my weaknesses. Because I do think that weaknesses can also be your strengths because everything's a learning opportunity and it's important to take the good away from everything. And my spare time, the little spare time that I have, I enjoy going to the gym, practicing lacrosse. I like reading. I enjoy hanging out with my friends. I love the beach. And honestly, one of my favorite things is meeting new people in any way I can. I'm a very social person, and I love that because I love learning about people. I love learning about things. I love having a wealth of knowledge. So I enjoy meeting new people, especially in my own community, because it really shows me the diversity of my own community and it helps me get a diverse viewpoint on a lot of things. So, thank you for your time.